Good morning, class of 2017, families, staff, faculty, trustees, and honorary degree recipients. I am grateful to have served as the senior class president to the class of 2017, and I hope my words resonate with you all in some way. I want to pause here to do a couple of things. The first is to honor the land that we're all on, Tongva land, which cannot ever be forgotten, especially on a day that celebrates the culmination of our time here. The second is to wish mothers in this space and those watching a happy Mother's Day, acknowledging that not everyone celebrates Mother's Day on this day. Happy Mother's Day to mothers who live with us in spirit, non-traditional mothers, adoptive mothers, queer and trans mothers, immigrant mothers, undocumented mothers, transnational mothers, Black mothers, mothers of color, mothers who are faculty, staff members, dining hall workers, housing and groundskeepers at Pomona, mothers walking across the stage today, and mothers in every sense of the word. Feliz Día de la Madre a todas las mamás, especialmente a la mía. Gracias, and thank you for all that you do. About this time a year ago, a friend in the class of 2016 listened to me as I shared my anxieties about becoming a senior. Will I job hunt or apply to graduate school? What should I write my thesis about? And how can I make the most out of my last year? My friend responded, senior year is when you really desperately need each other. I listened, nodded politely, and I wondered what that meant. Now, around a year later, I've come to realize that those words were not only completely accurate about senior year, but by the events that have unfolded in the last few years, I can say that we desperately need each other beyond our undergraduate years. In the past year alone, we have witnessed local, national, and global events that have tried our communities. The loss of lives in Orlando, the ongoing murders of Black lives, and the unjust policies of a new political administration. All of these events directly affected Pomona students, staff, faculty, and families. Given this context, I want to spend these minutes talking about care. We have responded, adapted, and cared in various ways as an institution and within spaces such as resource centers, clubs, and community engagement, athletic teams, and so forth, as well as with acts of protest and demonstration. This year held many instances where members of Pomona gathered together. The vigil for the passing of physics professor Alfred Kwok, who I unfortunately did not have the pleasure of meeting, as well as an event on Marston Quad for a collective response to the new political administration, where faculty, staff, and students gathered to process, heal, and be present with one another. While we are all members of Pomona College, we do not all belong to the same communities. From my own experience, I found belonging in the undocumented group of students at Pomona. I especially felt our strength on the night of the presidential election. We all gathered and watched. We felt each other's hearts slowly start to hurt as the results became more clear. While everyone processed the outcome in different ways, I witnessed our collective quickly work with Pomona to ensure that those of us on campus, as well as our families, would feel safety. My questions to the class of 2017 as we depart here today are the following. How do moments of care and community transfer to our lives outside of our Pomona communities? How do we sustain the relationships we have made here and keep each other accountable? How have you cared for yourself and for others? And how have you received care from others? Many of us are all too familiar with caring. We have created spaces on these campuses to care for ourselves and members of our communities, oftentimes without appreciation or recognition. Without care, our movements and efforts have shaky foundations. We must care in order to sustain each other and to sustain our collective work towards a more just and equitable future. With authentic caring, there are possibilities of resistance and change, something that I grappled with but ultimately came to believe in during my time at Pomona. As we leave here today, when care is at the core of what we do, we can create the change that is possible. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2017.